Devin, I
Oh,
was,
you're such a hater, dude.
dude. I am a hater. I don't think you understand. Like, and I was just like people earlier. Like, being a hater means you care. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Hmm,
No. From the bottom of my heart, Devin, I do
I
not
agree.
care
Neither do I.
about Ryan Clark getting fired.
I do not care that he just lost his salaried job.
Is it funny?
Yeah,
100%.
very.
But to say like I'm gonna absolutely be a hater here, but I don't necessarily think if hating means you care, then hating doesn't mean you're wrong.
Okay.
If we're going, if we gotta, if we gotta go, well, this means this. Then if hating means that you care to some extent, then it also means I could be right in
Sure.
certain to a certain extent. And Ryan Clark getting fired mid show.
Mid shift.
Now I will say this: I can't, I could not like a mid shift fire. Like, man, you better fire me before I come
All
in,
right. Well, that's the thing. Would you
or
rather?
at the end of the day.
No, you don't want to be fired at the end of the day.
Well, maybe
Well,
I'm.
if you're salaried, maybe not.
Ryan Clark's fine. He could have gotten. He couldn't get. Honestly, him getting fired in the middle of the day is the worst part about this. Is when he got fired.
Is it? Oh,
I
like
mean,
the worst for him. Like
no.
this.
I'm saying in terms of anything, like him getting fired. Like, okay, if someone asked me, does Ryan Clark did he deserve to get fired? Yeah, he sucked at his job.
Well, I think ESPN is bad at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They have not evolved. And they've. I mean, they had mass firings like 2 years ago.
Dude,
They've
they
been mass
fired.
firing people for years. Like the people who think that they can go to ESPN and have a safe job should not think that way because they
Devin,
don't.
Devin, they fired 30 people in April.
Yeah, they're gonna keep firing more. Apparently, they just bought the NFL Network.
Maybe I'm not sure,
Yeah, they
but
did.
um, the thing with Ryan Clark is what Ryan Clark does is he sits on TV on all these shows on ESPN and props himself up as this analyst just like the other guys, and he's just like the rest of them, and he can sit here and break it down. But then as soon as he gets pushback, like Peter, I can never pronounce his last name. You know what I'm talking about though. Peter S. We can call him Peter S.
I was gonna say
Uh, we
Schmeller,
he's been on TV forever
goofy,
talking
goofy
ball,
looking Gumby
talking
looking
ball.
dude.
As soon as someone like him disagrees with Ryan Clark, it's
You never played.
well, you
You
didn't
don't get
play.
it.
You don't know ball, so you never played. And when you pull something like that, I mean, that just shows right there that yeah, you might have played however many years in the NFL, but it doesn't mean you can get on this TV and verbally spar with some guy who just watched for years. Because Peter S definitely stood on business when he tried to say that shit, and he was like, "Don't belittle me because I ain't playing the NFL. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been on TV." And then, like Jalen Brown said, being smart as a professional athlete, the bar is low.
Literally.
So yes,
That was nice to hear from Jalen. That was
Ryan
cool.
Clark with his suit on and his brooch, and well, I think that blah 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 blah. It's 7 in the morning, and I'm here and I'm working. When half of the guys in the NFL are getting arrested for doing stupid shit, yeah, no, you look like a genius because you were in the NFL and you came out on the other side without brain damage and this and that. And you're not crazy, so you're one of the smart ones. The reality, and smart football players. That's what I mean by smart ones. You're one of the
Yes.
smart, and you're just one of the smart athletes. But you're a fucking idiot. You say the same stupid shit that I've heard so many professional athletes say, and straight to just you don't know ball, or you don't know this, or can we go down some of the? I have a couple things that he said,
Well,
but you
here
go ahead.
I
You go
just
ahead.
want to. Unless you know ball a little bit, or unless like you watched football 15 years ago, you don't know who Ryan Clark is as a football player. So him pulling that, like he's been an analyst for the past 12 fucking years, basically. Like the second he retired from football, he was on ESPN or on this show or on that show. Like he has not been a football like most of us I'd say even like a lot of older people who just don't know fucking safeties, don't know who the fuck Ryan Clark is. So I know I've done this, I know that. Who
They
gives
watch.
a flying shit? Like Nate Burleson, he does the good morning thing or whatever. And talk about how he was a fucking
I've never
player.
heard Nate Burleson say.
Nate Burleson just looks like it and acts like a fucking analyst.
I've never heard Nate Burleson go. That's the non-ball player in you. What?
Or the other guy on who's the smaller black guy on Get Up? Skinny dude. He
Older
played too.
or um, I don't watch the show.
I don't know. I can't. I see him from time to time on ESPN.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'd probably know.
There's a bunch of guys who have played who don't pull that fucking card, who don't pull that like high ground bullshit.
That's why they're still
But
on
then try to
TV.
play like Mr. Moral on
Like
Aaron
Big Stepper.
Rodgers and this person and that person. And I mean, Aaron Rodgers shut him down. What, last year? Year before?
Aaron Rodgers destroyed him a couple years ago, and I'm not even the biggest off the field Aaron Rodgers fan, but
No.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers cooked his ass, and he's not. Well, I won't say cooked his ass. I'd say the broach line was funny. The vaccine stuff was like, all right, cool. Like, all right, okay, Aaron, we get it. Anyways, Ryan Clark, he just. I mean, he went on TV and said a lot of stupid shit, and he honestly could have been fired a while ago. And apparently he was on thin ice for a lot of things he said in the past. Like, do you remember when RG3 took Caitlin Clark's side, and then Ryan Clark said the only reason
Because you have a white wife.
yeah, he was like,
Yep.
well, he's taking Caitlin Clark's side because, well, his wife is white.
Yep.
What is that? And then had to go and apologize. Or what he made fun of Tua. Tua put on weight. He wanted to put on weight so he could protect his body more, and he said he looked like an Atlanta club dancer. Which is funny. It's funny, but
Yeah, but when you try to stand on moral high ground,
you're the ex-player.
you can't play both sides, gang.
You're the ex-player.
We
who's not
sit
supposed to make
here
fun of it,
and we be goofing.
We're goofing.
We can goof.
We're allowed to goof.
I'm not an ex-player.
If you put me on if you were like, Mike, you gotta go, get up in the morning. It's like, so no OJ jokes, like none at all. All right,
Literally.
got it. Cool. Like I'm gonna have you'd have to lock in, like but it's like either way. When he was making fun of Tua, he said all that, and then he went and apologized. But I guess Tua had said something about, I don't know, when Tua made fun of him or sent some shots, and in the apology, Ryan Clark goes, and just so a reminder, I fed my family off violence. What? like Tua had said something about like getting scrappy or something or whatever, and he was like, well, just so you know, I fed my family off violence. I can't stand that. That's the one thing I can't stand. People watch Ryan Clark highlights and they're like, he definitely destroyed Derrick Henry. I've said this before on a podcast. Can we just talk physics for 30 seconds, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of highlights of Ryan Clark, and I'll give him plenty of credit, during the time in the NFL
100%.
where you could absolutely take a receiver's head off.
Yes.
But a lot of the shots.
All of his highlights are illegal hits.
A
Game.
lot of shots, like just to the definition of defenseless, were to defenseless receivers. And the way, the angles,
To the head and neck area.
the angles he was hitting them at, it'd be coming across the middle, him coming another way, boom. Or going down the sideline, him coming parallel, boom. Then there's that conversation, that clip of him and Derrick Henry. Like, Derrick Henry is like, 1-on-1,
10 out of
me
10
and
I'm
you.
tackling you.
Yeah, head up. Like, 1-on-1. Like, no. If Derrick Henry maybe gets a toss,
Trips.
if he's catching a toss and Ryan Clark is here and he, catches him, or if Derrick Henry, like, it had to be on some shit like that, catches him on the side or whatever. It's like, sure, maybe.
But when we talk about Derrick all the time, when we talk about him getting to that second level, the second he gets into a gear, you're nothing to him. You can trip him.
You're absolutely nothing. Like, in a world where we're going, he's going through the B gap, breaks through the second level, past the linebackers, and it's Ryan Clark head up. Derrick Henry is destroying him, and just because I forgot who confirmed it when they were like, no, Ryan Clark can hit. It's like, no, we didn't say Ryan Clark
Channing
can't
Crowder,
hit,
probably.
but you're his fucking best friend. So of course
Literally.
you're gonna be like, no, Derrick, he's gonna hurt you. No, Derrick Henry is
who
a
is it?
grown
It's
ass
Fred
man.
Taylor.
Fred
Channing
Taylor,
Crowder.
Channing Crowder, which, whatever. But regardless,
Channing Crowder, who did he not know Ryan Clark? He didn't know something about somebody.
he
Can't remember who it was. Channing Crowder don't know ball at all.
no, I'm not even gonna say that. Channing Crowder, he's not, but he doesn't LARP around
No.
as an analyst.
He's
He's a dude. He's like, man, I was grabbing my dick in the locker room and I was fucking like,
Man, he's like, I pissed my pants every time I played.
I pissed my pants every game. I pissed my pants every game. I swear there wasn't a game. How does he look? He was like, I swear every game I pissed my pants. There wasn't a game that went by where I didn't piss my pants. No, look. He had a weird look. He had a weird look to him. Like, it's like underbite.
He still does.
Is it underbite?
I think so.
Is it underbite with the eyes? Underbite with the eyes. I couldn't shit, man. I was pissing every game. Shit myself a couple times. But no, Channing Crowder is hilarious. Put him on
Shitting on
ESPN.
himself.
What else did Ryan Clark say? Oh, like I said to Peter S. He said you don't know ball because he literally disagreed with him. They were talking about, I don't know, something about CeeDee Lamb. Did he perform well? I don't know. He said yes. Peter said no, or Ryan Clark said no. Peter said yes, and immediately it was, well, that's the non-ball player in you. All right, that's a great take, Ryan Clark. that's a beautiful take, by the way, Ryan. And then I think the last one was was a sits tries bow. Oh, one of the most infamous ones. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Peyton Manning are not generational talents.
Mm-hmm. They're not. He's like, they're not. They're not.
They're not. They're
They're
not.
not.
And that's the thing. Like, he was just a dork too. They're not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. They're not. They're not. They're not generational talents.
Also, he tries to throw in those wannabe like Stephen A. quotes.
And I swear during that rant, he said, I played against all three of them.
100%.
I guarantee you he said, I played against all three of them.
100%.
I guarantee you he said that. I'm pulling it up later. I'm pulling
Who
it up.
did he say was a generational talent?
Probably
Josh Allen?
Yeah, I'm not sure who he said. But I need to look at that because that was hilarious when he was just like, no, they're none of them.
Like, they're literally the definition of. They literally spent like a generation.
This part of their body right here is the generational talent because he's like, I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, he talks about like their athleticism and shit. It's like,
guys, there was one athletic quarterback like in the history of the NFL before like 2015. There were maybe 7 athletic quarterbacks.
I don't think people understand that how mobile Joe Montana was considered for his time. Like,
I mean, Steve Young was like essentially a running back back then.
I'm saying like people don't realize the evolution from Joe to Steve Young was they liked the mobility Joe had and doubled down on it.
Doubled down.
Because it's not like Joe was, but he could roll out.
Also, we weren't like, no, but like, we're not walking around going, Drew Brees can't move.
These are NFL athletes. I feel like they're all like, in what world are we not? So I don't know.
Also, but they weren't being paid for running yards. They're being paid to put up 5K.
But if they're not generational talent, what the fuck is Ryan Clark?
No, I mean that's the thing. Like, I don't even want to go to that level. Like, I don't want to stoop to his level to like compare him and his career.
No, but I'm saying, what do you think? And not, I like to say
he's a 0-time Pro Bowler who could knock some heads off.
Is he really a 0-time Pro Bowler? No, he's not. No, there's no way. There's no way. But
at most 1.
The question being, say his
not
ego...
not knocking him. I mean, he's still an NFL player, and I don't want to knock him for being an NFL player.
I mean, you could knock him for using it as he's a 1-time Pro Bowler, for using it as his literal reason for why he's right for every argument he has.
It's just not fair. Like,
No, it's stupid. Don't even stoop that low. It's not fair. Fuck that.
No,
It ain't
in
fair
the
that we gotta
sense that
watch that
like
idiot on TV.
it does not make any sense. It does not help any argument that he's a part of unless it's like the how the grass feels under my shoes. Like we do not care. Like your idea of what a generational talent is or who your top 5 quarterbacks are because you played against them doesn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play against Patrick Mahomes? You didn't. So there's generational talent, buddy.
But that's the thing. Is like you. One of his reasons for that is probably what I'm sure was I played against them. I know, but Mahomes is a generational talent, but you didn't play against him. So how do you know?
They
Right?
also have careers. Those three have careers that are signed, sealed, delivered, first ballot Hall of Famers, borderline 100%.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the point in Josh Allen's career where he still hasn't won a Super Bowl. He has one MVP. If his career ends now, he's not a generational talent. If Lamar Jackson's career ends now, he's a borderline generational talent.
I don't think generational talent had anything to do with stats. I think it was just strictly eye test.
He's going off an eye test.
Yeah, I think
Well, then throwers of the football, they're all generational talents.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why
At the quarterback position.
we play this game where it's like people, yeah, you just look at a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady and a Peyton Manning, and you look at their stats. It's like, well, they were great, but I mean, watch them thread a fucking needle. Good Christ!
Watch Tom Brady run through a progression. It's the most beautiful thing on the planet. If they had more cameras back then, we would be creaming your nut pants.
If you had as many cameras in like '05 catching every little pre-play or every pre-call or pre-snap.
I don't even want to like add in like the Randy Moss years where they were just destroying the league. Like when he's dicing everybody up with a bunch of no names and white guys.
But like Peyton Manning in '05 just pre-snap assignments or just pre-snap audibles shit. That's just no, you're not. I don't know what world we're living in where they're not generational talents. And you know what the funniest thing is? Here's the biggest kicker to them all. Ain't no one complaining about Cam Newton getting fired.
Love it.
Did you know Cam Newton got fired?
I did. After.
I would say I didn't know until
well after the fact.
I didn't know until someone went, LOL, no one even cares that Cam Newton got fired.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot Cam Newton worked for ESPN.
Cam Newton. But here's the thing. No one cares because everybody kind of already knows that Cam Newton is a complete fucking idiot.
Cam's bad at his job.
He just, the thing is, Cam didn't try to be an analyst. He's like, I'm Cam Newton and this is how I am. And they were like, here's a check. Here, we'll give you a job.
Please,
Ryan Clark was, but whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't want to make it
RC
a thing
right here.
People are making it a
RC.
And there were people trying to make it a race thing, and it was like, okay. All right.
No.
I guess.
No. No. But no, because they fired fucking 5 white guys who have been there for 30 years. Also, fuck you, Ryan Clark. Don't pull any race bullshit.
But I'm saying for the people who pull a race card for the reason why Ryan Clark got fired, what I mean by I guess is like, there's no way I could convince you otherwise if that's where you're pulling the card. It's like, well, Ryan Clark got fired. This has to be why. It's like, no, Ryan Clark sucked at his job. Simply that. Simply that.
Nothing to do with the color of his skin.
Like here's the thing. Maybe he is like in a pivot setting where you can be more open. I think he's
better in a pivot setting.
Tell a story and do that.
And if you want to talk about your career,
because that's some barbershop talk where it's all of us we're in the league and we're all talking, like that's a different conversation.
You're telling your stories when you're trying to analyze football with a panel of people. No.
Yeah, like, there you go.
But like, we'll give the reason that these football players are, and I think I'm correct in this, the reason that football players, former athletes, are put onto these platforms, sure, is because they know ball a little bit. But they're familiar faces. They're guys that we watched around the league. We watched Ryan Fitzpatrick for years. We watched Tony Gonzalez for years. You can't just have a panel of 4 random guys who aren't attached to the football world at all. Like, Phil Simms, he got fired. Boomer got fired.
I'm gonna say, how long was Terry Bradshaw on the NFL Network? Is he still there? I don't know where he is now, but
He was a Fox.
was he not back? I feel like back in the day he was all over NFL Network.
He was Fox. They did the
Forever.
Fox. I don't know forever, but it was like Tony G and Gronk and what's his name, Jimmy Johnson, and
I'm talking like 2012.
maybe.
I'm gonna
I
say,
think he
yeah,
was still on Fox.
I'm
It
not
was like the
talking
Fox
Gronk era.
halftime show and shit.
Hmm.
I mean, it was
One of them
obviously
old fuckers.
pre-Gronk, but Jimmy Johnson and Tony G and Strahan.
It don't matter. I have to find it.
Either way, but no, I mean they're familiar faces, and like Strahan doesn't go, oh well, when I played, and no, they talk about the football games. They talk about what happened.
Mm.
That's it.
But they don't go, and that's why I'm right.
No,
it's just that's their
you
perspective.
don't have to.
What do we now? Here, this would be interesting because